Welcome everyone. This is Nichel Anderson. Thank you so much for joining me today of my podcast show, Nichel Anderson Short Stories and Beyond. And today is May the 11th, 2020. This is the month where I wrap up my season. This is season 3, 2019 to 2020. Get ready for my summer break. For my summer break, at least one episode. Sometimes I release 2 episodes, but it's basically once a month that I have a release while I'm on summer break. And I take a summer break from June, July, August, and I return back in the fall in September. So today's episode, and thank you so much for everybody that came out to my production, my stage play last month. Thank you for your support, and I really do appreciate all of that. And following the podcast, that was really the hold up for me to get to telling my other short stories of my other production. So I do thank for your patience and still for your support, because this month is returning back to MOLIAE. Finish off what I wrote last season in season 2, and today in episode 53 that's going to be entitled Within the Domain of the Orion Sky's Leadership. This kind of returns back to what happened in the finale in episode 52 in May 2019 for season 2. Let me go over some housekeeping things. This production, for those that are just joining me, is basically about from my book Mitsrayim, a Memoir, which is turned that into a theatrical production, which I just did the celebration of that stage play last month. Do have apps for MOLIAE and also apps for this particular podcast. You can get it on Apple or Google Play. If you like it, please share it. I also have a cafe press shop that I can purchase merchandise for MOLIAE production and for this particular podcast as well. There's a cafe press for that. So if you want to support, that's another way you can do that, by buying merchandise. Let's go ahead. Let's see what else that I want to cover. For right now, that's it. If I needed to say anything or share anything, I'll do a bonus. But yeah, so this is the last month of my season, and then we'll start for season 4. Ain't you excited? I am. Let's get to the highlights. So the highlights today is focusing on the Orions and the star constellation of Orion. That until the starting of the trial and the judgment of Nontu is where Ecko is being returned. He's progressing well. He was harmed during the first year of my podcast, 2018 in May 2018 finale. Go ahead and check that out. And last year in that finale in season 2 is where Ecko was found by Hanee. So we're going to continue on, and that's where King Mahlon realized that Hanee entered the domain of Tiamat, because it's a protocol to that. You just can't come to somebody's place and don't introduce yourself to the high rank powers to be on Tiamat. Tiamat is another name to say planet Earth. So the recap, as I mentioned earlier, was episode 52 from May 2019, and it was entitled In the Divine Power of a Nubian King. And that's from the timeline of before the time of Princess Aamina. Now, for this season 3, I focus on the future series of Hanee and Princess Aamina. It's like a special occasion. It was all bonuses. You didn't really get any clip snippets this year, my podcast, because basically I was waiting to announce the return of the prestige return of MOLIAE stage play. Anyway, fast forward. Now we're going to go from episode 52 of MOLIAE and then start now today 53. Okay, go ahead and check out episode 52. That's a really good one. That's when King Mahlon. It went really fast, so you got to check it out. I revealed a lot of things that is going to put more pieces together in this saga of mine that I aim to turn this into a canon. Let's focus today. Okay, let's get started. Let's begin. For this week of my season 3 podcast show 2019-2020, Nichel Anderson Short Stories and Beyond. For this week, episode 53, entitled Within the Domain of Orion Sky's Leadership. Opening scene. In the dark skies of Orion, the plateau level firmly secure the dome of Hanee, the high rank of those of Akun. As he debarked from the dome and walked out before the many guards that lined the walkway leading to the column entrance of the main leadership council of his people. Immediately followed was the structure of Ecko, as he was still connected for another moment and so onward, for now the arrival back home to Orion. Then, just as those moments went forward, we see many guards debark from the dome with captured Nontu. He was chained up, walking amongst them to follow those as mentioned before. Ecko walked directly behind Nontu with a growing smile, for Nontu was captured, and he knew that soon Nontu's judgment would be before him for the betrayal on Tiamat against Ecko. As they all entered the column hall, a member of the high rank of Unkeno under Hanee approached them. His name was called Rihi. He went immediately to Hanee as the excitement to see Ecko thrilled those that were coming out of the main room compartments to the hall and cave that they were approaching. Rihi nodded before Hanee. "It is a great day, Hanee of Unkeno. Your success of bringing back Ecko has thrilled us all so." "Yes, indeed," Hanee smiled briefly, but then looked away. His facial expression gave Rihi an interest to find out was there something else. Rihi asked, "Is there something more you wish to share?" "Ecko is not well," Hanee said, still looking forward as he continued to walk. Time left on Tiamat by his fall of the betrayal of Nontu. He looked over his shoulder and saw Nontu walking, chained up, as many state guards around him. Then he returned and looked at Rihi. It did not serve Ecko well to be there longer than was planned. It did not for the moments to the now. And he stopped for a moment and he crossed his arms behind him and took a breath as Rihi nodded. Then Rihi spoke with concern. "What do you wish to go forward of this?" Hanee shook his head for the realization to decide, and then he spoke with authority. "I need you to notify Ecko's wife and proceed to with the rule of Nafuro." Rihi nodded and then looked at his folded compartment of many things that were as if papers in it, and then looked back up at Hanee, for he felt a change in him, and asked with concern, "Is there something else?" Hanee asked, before they started back walking. "Yes, there is." Hanee looked at him with concern as he was looking in his folded compartment and removed what seemed to be of many papers. "Is there something else, Rihi?" Hanee asked as they started back walking, and Hanee crossed his arms behind him. "Yes, there is." Hanee nodded. "Is it the superiors? Have they found out of my mission to find Ecko against the rules of Galactic of the Akun?" Rihi nodded. "They have, for sure. You know the others of the council always aiming to replace your lead of power." Where he looked at Hanee and then back at Ecko, being managed now by the High Medical at 10. Hanee thought of the words spoken and felt something more was going on where he left for Tiamat. "Speak for what you know, Rihi," stated in a low voice to Hanee. "There has been movement in the western region of the Orion by Ashan high officials of the word of Nontu was captured aboard your dome back to Orion." Hanee stopped walking and laid his head back before slowly nodding, looking forward. So soon we will see those that were hidden supporting Nontu. End scene.